Now, how do you start off? Because I know you can do both seed and crown.
Have to keep in mind that depending on if you plant with the seed, you may not be able to harvest your asparagus for 4 to 5 years. This is a long-term plant. Now, if you start with a crown, they do come in bundles. They kind of look kind of strange, you know. They're just a bunch of bundle things. I'm going to show you. These are going to save you time because these are about 2 or 3 years old.
So you cut your time in half from when you can start harvesting.
So then maybe you can harvest a little sooner. Take them apart very, very gingerly. This one is 1. As you can tell, if it's resisting, do not cut into it. So what we're going to do is you do that, and then you soak it in water for about 10 minutes before you plant.
And then how do you actually plant it?
Okay,
it's a little tricky,
let's
right?
get into the action. All right, here's the thing. Remember I said long-term plant?
Right.
Okay, so the trick with asparagus is all of the work is done at planting time. That's when you improve your soil. I like using a raised planter because I can fill it with whatever good soil it needs.
Oh, and then you don't have to stress out because this bed is going to produce for like 20 years,
20 years.
So where it goes, it goes.
It's very important. So I have a trench here. It's about 12 inches deep, 12 inches wide. And what it is, it's filled with a lot of compost, rich compost. It's going to feed your plant later. And then we created some little hills. And I already have one. Now, Ken, if you wouldn't mind giving me mine.
So they've been soaking for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. And grab one for yourself.
And then what do we do?
Okay, so friends, we're going to take this and we're going to open up the root system just very softly. And we're going to lay it over the hill, just like that. And that's really it. And then now I have this, I'm going to start covering the crowns. And as you can see in the front, I have a very rich compost. This is potting soil and it has fertilizer. Very important to use fertilizer from the very beginning.
You shouldn't just put in your regular soil. No. You really need to amend it.
Yes, so this is a rich blend and it's rich in phosphorus and potassium. Look for that type of fertilizer. So
and then you fill in the whole trench?
No, this is it. Look, check this out. Ken, go ahead and grab that and fill yours. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
So
I filled in my whole trench.
No,
that was a problem, huh?
No, you don't want to do that because you want to give room and space for your roots to just develop very easily without resistance. So look at this, guys. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I planted it, but it's not filled. In about 2 weeks, as you start to see more growth, you come back and you keep filling every few weeks.
Covering it up?
By the end of the season, it's filled and it's level.
And okay, so we talked about like how it's a permanent thing. It's 20 years in the same place. So what's the best environment? Like where should you pick to put your bed if you don't have a rolling magic
This
cart?
is not a plant that you're going to dig up because you don't like where it is. Full sun, friends, 6 to 8 hours a day, direct sunlight.
Full sun.
Also, put it somewhere where it's not going to shade other crops because this is going to grow about 6 feet tall. And
well, let me ask you this, and before you can harvest it, do you let it go that or do you break it off or do you let it go crazy?
No, what you do is when these start to grow, and you're going to see that they're going to grow just like this in the springtime. They're going to just start coming right out of the ground. You start to harvest them from the bottom. You just cut them off. You allow a few of them, the thinner ones, to continue growing without harvest.
What does that do, then?
Well, then it's going to start to grow and look like a beautiful fern plant. It can grow about 6 feet. I think we have a picture of how it looks when you allow it to grow. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful head?
Got it.
Let me tell you the benefit of allowing a few of these to continue growing.
Yeah.
Now this is going to start harvesting the sunlight. That is going to be directed to the roots so that next spring you're going to have some amazing asparagus. So
and then in 2 years you can start actually harvesting to eat it.
Correct, correct.
I love that.
How about the white ones?
Absolutely amazing. So how do the white, like I thought they were like a different breed.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Oh, no, well, it's the same thing. Friends, if you love white asparagus, you can grow it the same way as I directed you, but this is the difference. As it starts to grow out, you're going to cover them to exclude the sunlight. You don't want them to be subject to sunlight, and then you cover them like this.
Keep them in the dark.
And that is how, you keep them in the dark.
Absolutely brilliant.